Knowledge. It ain't free. You gotta pay attention.
A dynasty in motion, reshaping the sport's greatest tradition, channeling the legends of his line and surpassing them. 4 of the last 6 Derby winners carry his genes. A Golden Son, a Horse of the Year. Another chapter written beneath those iconic spires. Derby dreams fulfilled for the titans of our industry. From authentic to sovereignty, a legacy both real and supreme. Into mischief.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, the biggest races at the best tracks. From the Kentucky Derby to the Breeders' Cup. The best horse racing coverage is right here on Past the Wire TV.
It's always a pleasure for me, Jonathan, to be with you. You were the first person to give me an interview when I came to United States, so I will be grateful to you forever.
I knew you were one of the best riders in the world.
Legend himself, Frankie Dettori. Ciao, Frankie. Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto. Yes, that's a good start. So you haven't lost.
Well, hello everyone. Here we are, another week. We're going to go to Saratoga this week. I know there's a lot of people probably want me to do the Haskell, but there's a lot of things out there with the Haskell. Gio is going to be doing a deep dive in the Haskell. I will have my Haskell picks. I will give you that. If you just shoot me an email, I'll give you all the Haskell card there on for Saturday. But I'm going to be tackling Saratoga, going for the pick 5 there at Saratoga. Recap for last week. Last week, we hit that pick 5. Yeah, I didn't pay a line, I know, but, we hit that pick 5, and there was a lot of scratches, because a lot of rain. But my whole ticket, cost at the end, because the scratches, only $60. Hey, take it. That's all I can say is take it. Hit that pick 5, and anyway. And if all those who shot me an email and got my whole card, you all know that I did very, very well throughout the day. Had a lot of winners, a lot of exactas. And like I said, we did hit that pick 5. So that's another reason why I'm staying with Saratoga. I've been hot at Saratoga. Yesterday, hit the pick 4. Did very well throughout the day. Had a bunch of winners and exactas. Hit the pick 4 on a $20 ticket. And then today, I just lost the photo of all photos for my pick 4, but that's okay. I'm having a lot of winners today, and everything's in focus. So I'm just going to stick with Saratoga, and we're going to tackle the American Oaks and the other stakes that's in there. So let's go right at it, and let's hit it. So before I get started here, I want to thank Racelins for all the products and tools that they use. Remember, if you have any questions, shoot me an email right over here, Charles at Past the Wire. You want my card, or you got questions about buying horse, claiming horses. Matter of fact, we are starting that syndication. Like I said last week, we do have a couple of spots left. So shoot me an email if you're interested in that, into racing or pin hooking. And then, of course, you could always subscribe, watch all of our shows, hit that little bell there, and you would get every show that alerts that the show is coming on, especially my show, of course. We could always get that. So anyway, let's hit Saratoga. And here we are in the 10th race. This is American Oaks, the 10th race. Immersive, the number 1 horse. Now look at this horse. In the 10th race here, this horse last time out, in a 1.16 in a small stakes, mind you, but ran very even, barely lost by a neck. If you go and watch that race on video, horse was pretty impressive, dueled all the way, never really gave up. Just the way it is, one of those things that happens to this horse. This horse here, the angles are the horse shipping into tracks, wins at multiple circuits. That's a great angle, and has a 5 furlong workout bullet. Remember, once again, if anybody's followed me and listened to me, I do not care about bullet workouts. I care about the spacing of the workouts. 6, 7, 8, sometimes even 9 days apart is perfect, beautiful. As long as they keep a certain pattern of that, it tells me the horse is in good shape, no problems coming along, and everything like that. Now, you got Cox and Frankel in this type of race. This horse is a pressure type horse. I think this is going to suit this horse big time in this race. I think this is definitely one of the horses to beat. I know there's other favorites in here. This is going to be probably the co-favorite, maybe, might be the favorite. Don't know. But I think this is one of the horses to beat in this race, and I'm going to definitely have to play this horse. The number 2, Sweet Seraphine. Look, this horse last time out came from behind, not too far out, really, 5-3 lengths, not too bad. Can close in a small stakes, back-to-back small stakes. I like what Cherie has done with this horse, getting her ready to the big guns. Jose's aboard. The Ortiz brothers have both ridden this horse. You got Jose here. Irad is at I believe, we're running in the Haskell, I believe. Anyway, Jose on this horse, definitely a threat, serious threat. And here it is. The horse won last time as a favorite, which is a great angle. The negative they're saying has come from behind, but I think there's plenty of pace in here to set this horse up a little bit. And, look at this breeding. Quality road out of a Bardini mare. It just screams distance, stakes, turf. So eventually I would like to see this horse on turf. So if you got a virtual stable going, throw this horse in there. Even make a mental note if you keep notes like I do in a book like this. You take certain notes, and on certain days you write certain horses' names down. Even though I have a virtual stable, I have them in alphabetic, sometimes order, and all the horses start with an S. I go through there and I'll say, look for turf, look for shorter distance, whatever. I'll put those type of things in there so you can always take a look. Because your virtual stable is going to alert you that the horse is running at any of the tracks. And, of course, you get that at Equibase. And anyway, I think this horse is a great shot here of winning this race. So don't turn your back, especially at 8-1. Look out. That's all I have to say about that. Scottish Lass. This horse ran very even last time, very even. And Lacara had her way up there. The time before that, this horse went to the lead. This is more of a pressure type of horse. I don't know if they're going to let Lacara go. I don't know. Third race after a layoff, looking for improvement, which I think you're going to see. I mean, the horse ran third the last 2 times. Got to like that part. Knocking on the door. Rosario's aboard. So what is it Rosario's going to do is, I personally think if he does not get the lead, he's going to sit off the leader big time, real close, within a half a length within that. Okay? That's how I see it. The 4 Take Charge, Manly, Mid-Lady, look. The horse won last time, won by a neck. This is a pressure type of horse when she wins like that. When she comes from behind, she struggles. You go back 3 races back, she was trying to come from behind, couldn't quite get there. And if you go 5 races back, she was sitting right on the leaders behind, literally, with a neck or a head, and then won, you know. So this horse, I think, needs to be forwardly placed. You're going from Hernandez to Kendrick. Kendrick is known to get a little bit more speed out of a horse, which makes this horse a little dangerous. Maybe this horse might want to get up there. If this horse breaks good, let's see what the horse could do. That's all I have to say. I don't think this horse is going to come from behind. I personally think they're going to have this horse sitting closer to the pace. Dry powder. Look, this horse is another one that has some speed type of pressure type pace running style. The horse likes it to have the lead by itself, so I don't know what to say here. I think this horse is just going to be a little bit out of it. I do love the breeding. I do love what they're thinking here. Try to steal this. Just they're up against it, I think. That's what I think. Gun runner out of a broken foul mare. That says a lot. So for me, I'm going to take a pass on the 5 dry powder. And then the 6, Lacara. Last time looked like a champion, but the horse had the lead to herself. She did carve out overall pretty nice fractions, though, you have to admit. A 47-1 and a 110 and change. Look, I think she's going to get a lot more pressure today. I really do. And Dylan Davis is going to have his hands full. I think there's at least 3 other horses that could pressure this horse real easy. One would be one of them, but I think the one is smart enough probably to set off 3rd, probably in the catbird seat. The 2 is going to come back from behind a little bit further. I think the 6 could be in trouble, and this horse is 2-1, possibly could be your favorite. That's how I see it in this race. So I think if this one, I mean, you're going to get low odds on the 1 and the 6. That's it. It's who do you think's got the best right. So that's how I see this race. Let's go to the race lens, how they see it panning out, the whole race itself, the factors of it. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, race 10. Here we go. They got the 146 sitting real early in the race. I mean, that's totally doable, I think. I do see the 2 being back there dead last or close to being dead last. Midway, they're seeing the 1 start pulling away from the 6. I don't know if you're going to get that. I think the 1's going to be sitting there in the catbird seat. Unless she breaks excellent, then, you know, they got to do what they got to do to get her out there. And they see the 1 winning at 52%, 6 at 23, 4 at 10, the 3 at 7, and the 2 at almost 4. I see it 1, 2, 6, 3. Okay, I think the 2 is going to have plenty of things to run at. So check that all out. Let's look at the odds. They're saying you should get 4 to 5 on the 1. Right now, morning line's 8 to 5. Lacara, they're saying, well, it should be 3 to 1. They're getting 2 to 1. I think Lacara might take some of that money. I mean, it's the battle between those 2, the bookends there on this race are going to battle it out. Who's going to be the favorite? And it just depends on how the crowd feels about this race. Here's my factors. I did this last week at Saratoga. I'm not going to change it. The speed at 4, class, form, distance, jockey, and the jockey trainer all at 3. The pace back at 4, and then everything else, trainer, track, angles, and track additions at 3. Okay, so there we have that. So we're going to go into the 11th race, and then we'll go to my picks for the pick 5. Once again, any questions, please shoot me an email. Hit And if you have questions about buying, there's some sales coming along. Just let me know. Or claiming a horse. Like I said, we're doing a racing syndicate. We got a few spots left open, and we're going to race and then probably just pin hook horses. That's when you buy them and turn around and sell them in the next sale or a year from now sell. Anyway, shoot me an email. So let's hit that 11th race. Here we go. They're going to go 6 furlongs. This is for older horses, okay? The Vanderbilt, okay? Handicap. Look at these horses here. Now, you got the 1 horse, all right? Remember, this is 6 furlongs. Every one of these horses are going to have speed, so it's going to be tough to say, hey, this one's fast, this one's fast, this one's fast. They're all going to be fast in their own way. This one is very fast, okay? Steve and Santana Jr., when they hook up, they do very well together overall. He knows this horse. He could run probably a 108. Between 108 and 109, he's going to run if he wins this race. I see this race running right around 109 personally. And I think we're going to see a 44 flat or a 43 and change at the half-mile pool, and probably a 21 in the early stages, okay? That's what I think. This horse definitely got the talent. It's got the speed to go out there. I think this horse is very, very dangerous. Horse shipping into tracks, wins at multiple circuits. You got to love all that. And Santana ROI is in the plus 10% in the last 10 days. So he's getting hot at the right time at Saratoga. The number 2, this horse will come from behind a little bit, still close enough to the pace, would be considered a pressure type of horse. I don't think he's going to come from the clouds. I think he'll be sitting pretty close. He definitely wants the 21-43 type of change going for him to have a shot at this race. But for me in this race, I'm going to take a pass because I think there's other horses that are a little faster. And even though he has Kendrick, I love Kendrick on speed horses. I really do. I'm going to look at others. The 3, another one that's kind of a come from behind pressure type. I see this one a little bit further behind than the 2, actually. He's going to have to really pick up the pace and close much faster. They're rating him at the late pace is 112. You got a 90 mid pace. This horse is really going to have to bring it to do any damage in this race. Can't be too far out of it. If this horse is more than 4 or 5 lengths out of it, I don't know if you could get up there. So I will take a pass. The 4, here's another horse that's extremely fast, does not need the lead, is a perfect pressure type horse, is cutting back in distance, okay? This horse just lost at a 6.5 furlongs last time on a sloppy track, and then the time before that was a sloppy track, went 7 furlongs. So was probably getting a little tired. Look at the late pace on this horse, 129, compared to, like I said, the 3, which was 112. You're looking at a big difference there. And the jock, Jose, and the trainer, they ring in 33% plus 94% ROI, return on your investment. You've got to love that. And Jose is super hot at Saratoga. He's just behind his brother Irad as of today being a Thursday. I think he's only behind maybe 3 wins. So he's right there on for that. So I think this horse is going to be a horse to reckon with. I think this is one of the horses to beat. And here's the angles. 3rd race after layoff, looking for improvement. I think you're going to see it. 3rd race up, yeah. I see that this horse is going to improve big time, and he definitely wait in 109. Definitely. The 5. We got a lot of people out there that's probably really loves this horse just because the name of the horse is actually very good. He won last time at 6.5 in the same race as the 4. but he's cutting back too. So he is dangerous, very dangerous. Personally, I just think the other one gets up a little closer, a little faster. But you look at Paco and the trainer here, they get a plus 124% on ROI. That's huge. This horse will be flying at the end. I think this horse is going to be great for exotics, the bottom side for sure. So I wouldn't leave him out 100%. The 6, another horse with tons of talent. This race is loaded. We're going to see all these horses most likely in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, or at least half of these horses. So Rosario, Cox, good. I think that's a good combo. 44% plus 82% ROI. You gotta love that. You got great odds at 8-1. The horse is good. I just think there's a couple in here ready to rock and roll now. So I think this one on the bottom side of my exotics, and that's how I see it. In the 7, everyone, there's some people out there. Oops, some people like this horse because of the name. Once again, but the horse does have talent. But I'm just questioning: does this horse have the talent at this level? I don't know, but I don't blame Mont and the connections trying for that. I think it's worth a shot, especially right now in that way Saratoga's playing with speed. You got to go for it. But for me, I'm taking a pass on the 7. And then there's the 8. Oh, come on, will the 8 come up? There we go. All right. This horse ran very even last time. Probably needed that race, to be honest with you. He was in United Arab Emirates out there in Dubai. It's hard on those horses when they travel back here. So I'm going to take another pass on this horse. The horse has got tons of talent. But for right now, I'm going to take a pass. If you want to, I mean, if you want my opinion, I think at best in the exotics, the bottom side. So that's how I see it. Now, let's go and check out my pick 5, and let's see what we got going on there. I guess it's going to take a time. My computer is running just a tad bit slow today. Here we go. All right, here we go. Of course, it starts in the 8th race. The 8th race, I do like the 6, 7, 3, 10. I'm going to do the exacta box 6, 7. Now, when it comes to my pick 5, I'm going to take all 4 of my horses in leg number 1, race 8, the 6, 7, 3, 10. In leg 2, race number 9, I'm going deep. I'm going 6 deep. 5, 2, 6, 7, 4, 8. Then in race 10, leg 3, I'm going 2 deep. I'm going 1, 2. I'm going with my top 2 horses in that race. And then in the 4th leg, which is race 11, we just finished up, I'm going with my top 2 again, 4 and the 1. And then in the last leg, the 5th leg, the 12th race, I'm going 3, 6, 9, 10. Now, there is going to be a side note. In race number 9, leg number 2, where there's 6 horses, if it does go to the main track, you must throw in the 10 and just toss probably the 8 or the 4, whoever's, the bottom, the last one that's left, to make it up to 6. If you need the 10 to make it 6, then just throw in the 10, because the 10 is going to be very tough if it goes to the main track. Now, on to race number 9. I like 5, 2, 6, 7. I'm going to do a try of the 5, 2, 5, 2, 6, 7, 4 to the all. And then in the 10th race, I'm doing 1, 2, 6, 3. Exacta 1, 2. A daily double 1 over to the 4. And then in the 11th race, I'm going 4, 1. And then in the 12th race, I'm doing a try of 3, 6 over the 3, 6, 9, 10 to the all. But my picks in the 10th are 1, 2, 6, 3. The 11th is 4, 1, 5, 6. And the 12th is 3, 6, 9, 10. I did that a little backwards. I'm sorry about that. got a little excited there. Anyway, so back to the screen. Here we are. We're going to go. We're going to try that. Like I said, if you have any questions about the Haskell or anything, shoot me an email. I will get back to you. Let's go out there and keep this hot streak going that I have. I'm going to try to keep it going there at Saratoga. I just finished winning another race there. So I have right now 4 out of the 5, and I have 3 out of the 4 on my picks 4, so I'm pick 5, but it's okay. Missing that 1, but I'm, making win bets and everything. So let's go out there and get the money. Until then, I will see you at the window.
Everybody, Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING. Get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.
Welcome to Past the Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Past the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Luis Saez to win the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Here comes journalism. Here comes sovereignty. And they square off. Head into the final front. Sovereignty wins the Derby.
You're watching Past the Wire TV. Hit that like button and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Nobody does it better.